Okay folks, we just got done with our afternoon hunt, and what I want to do is I want to take you out here to an area in the swamp here, what we call the swamp, and show you what we did here back about 2 weeks ago. We had made ourselves a mock scrape out here, and in that 2 weeks time another buck come along and made another scrape right next to it. I want to show you how good this buck buster deer scent works. So we're going to head out through here. And if you take a look around, you can see it's, you know, just like it's just a swampy area with a lot of alder bushes and grass, lowland grass, and there's a creek that runs through this whole bottom right here. It's a real good place for bucks to get into, and they run back and forth in here. They always have, and it's an excellent place. They put rubs in here and they put scrapes. It's just a great place all summer. So it's a little ways out here. We'll walk out here and we'll show you what ended up happening here over the past couple weeks. And this is just a big cleared out area that we found here that's in this swamp. And what we did is we put a shooting shack up here on the hill, about 30 feet up the hill. It's a really good spot for deer hunting. Alright, get an idea of what we're coming into here. You can see how it's all open in here, and over here it's real thick, just wet, damp, marshy kind of area. A creek running through it, maybe 35 feet away. And these deer, they just run up and down between this mountain. Comes down from about 1,000 feet where I have my shooting stand up there, and drops into this, this bottom, and they just run this thing constantly. And all the trails from up above come down in this swamp. But we wanted to show you how good buck buster deer gun is. Now, another thing I want to show you is in North Carolina we can use corn to feed deer during hunting season. So you'll see on the ground there's a lot of areas where it's scraped up, and the deer just been tearing this up. Terrible. Right up there, you can see our shooting shack up there, about 35, 40 feet above the hill. Now, right over here is where we made this mock scrape. And I'll tell you what, it's doing the trick. Take you over here first and show you. Now, here's one mock scrape we made right here. And he hasn't really messed with this one. And I'm going to freshen this one up. And what I'm going to do is, all you need to do to make a scrape is just to clean the leaves out with your foot, okay? And then what we do then is we'll take our Stone Mountain buck buster and you pour some on the ground. Now this is a mock scrape, and this is what a deer will make out in the wild. Now I always pick a place, a lot of hunters will pick a place where there's a tree limb, and all your deers will pick a place where there's a tree limb just above where they make their scrape. And what a scrape is basically, it's a deer marking his territory. It's telling other bucks to stay out of his territory. And what we're doing is we're making our own scrape in another buck's territory. And this kind of just messes with his head a little bit, and hopefully he'll come back to this a little more often, and he'll make a mistake. We'll get a chance to take a shot at him. Now another thing we do is a lot of hunters will take a piece of cloth or a piece of cotton, tie it from a branch, and they'll saturate it with their buck urine. And one thing I do is I'll just put some drops on the branches. Makes it look more natural. I don't know if the cloth will really affect the deer, but this just makes it look more natural. And a lot of times the buck will take, and what he'll do is he'll snip off these things and put his scent on top of these branches. What he'll do is he'll get his rack and get up there and he'll twist and break them off. But let's go over here to the one we made a couple weeks ago. We'll show this to you and show you what happened. Alright, now what happened here is, if you can see, we made our original scrape. We made was right here. Alright, this is the original scrape we made back 2 weeks ago. Now if you look, I'll try to get down here close enough with the camera. If you look, you can see where there's deer tracks in this scrape, and that's one thing that a deer will do. Now what I want to show you is, that's our scrape we made 2 weeks ago. You look right over here, and here's one right next to it that another buck made. You look down in here, and you can see, he hasn't been back to really freshen this up and clean it up, but we're going to mess with him today. You can see some tracks right there, and he's got scrapes where he's made taken his claws, and he's just scraped all this right out right here. Now it's not a very big buck. A lot of hunters say you can tell a buck by its size, a lot of times by the size scrape he makes. Younger buck won't make such a big scrape, but what's got us is that by using the Stone Mountain Buckbuster, we've been able to take and make our own mock scrape and get another buck to come into our area and make a scrape right next to it. And basically what he's doing is he's telling us, or he's telling the other deer that, hey, wait a minute, this is my area, you're in my area, and I'm going to mark my area right next to yours, you need to keep out. So I'm going to freshen it up, and I'm going to pour some Stone Mountain Buckbuster right in his scrape. Okay? And I'm going to come over here to the one we made, and I'm going to put some more in there. And I'm going to come up here on these branches and these leaves, and I'll go ahead and put some on here. I'll put some on this muscadine vine. This will make it last a long time. Alright. Now hopefully over the next couple of days of our hunting, this is going to mess that deer up. He's going to come in here maybe tonight. One of us are up here in the stand. It's going to mess his head up a little bit, and he'll make a mistake. We'll get a chance to shoot him. We hope we do. I don't expect he's going to be a big one, but we're not hunting racks. We're hunting meat. Okay, folks, there you have it. We showed you how to make a mock scrape. We showed you the results of what happens when you're using Stone Mountain Buckbuster. Stone Mountain Buckbuster, folks, is 100% buck urine enhanced with tarsal gland. If you want to get some, pick it up at your many local retailers around the area. Or also, you can check out our website at CarolinaOutdoorStore.com, or you can go on eBay at Carolina Outdoor Store and pick some up today. Folks, if you're not using Stone Mountain Buckbuster, you're probably not seeing many deer.